What's up, Flick Connection? It's the start of a brand new year, so today I want to talk about the most exciting movies coming out later this year in 2018. Now, for this list, I am skipping over all superhero related movies only because there are a ton of them. Just to show you what I mean, here is a list of all the ones currently announced for 2018. Now, this is the most interesting list. It's not necessarily going to cover things that are the best. So I'm going to start off with Han Solo. And the reason this movie has got my interest is because it had a horrific, a nightmare of a production schedule where the key directors were fired. I don't even want to say mid-production. It was late in a production. And then Ron Howard was brought in, and he's done a lot of reshoots, and it basically just sounds like a nightmare. It sounds like everything fell apart, and so it's going to be really interesting to see with this Han Solo prequel movie if Ron Howard and Disney were able to sort of right the ship, put things back together again, and put out a decent product, or if this thing is going to look glued together, and if it's just going to ruin the Han Solo franchise moving forward. So this could either be a big black eye for Star Wars movies going forward, or it could be a really nice surprise. Another one I'm personally excited about is Attila Battle Angel. Now this one's based on an anime, and I actually don't know that much about the original anime, but that's not what has me excited about it. What has me excited about it isn't just that it looks cool in the trailer, it's that Robert Rodriguez directed it, and it has been a long time since Robert Rodriguez has done anything like this. This actually looks like probably the biggest budget he's ever worked with. I was a big fan of Robert Rodriguez for forever, and I just have not liked his last batch of movies, and I think he went down sort of that grindhouse rabbit hole maybe a little bit too deep. I think he found the bottom of it, and it looks like with this movie he's coming back to action movies, which is what he's really great at. He had fun with the campy stuff. I'm ready for him to be done with that. He did it. It's done. Let's do some cool action movies. And one of the great things about Rodriguez is he does a great job of making $10 look like $1,000. And I expect that with this movie. It's probably not a huge budget, but it's certainly more than he's worked with before. And it looks like it. It looks like an expensive movie. And it looks good. It doesn't look like the same thing we've seen over and over again. So that's a big plus. Everyone's talking about Ready Player One. The book was wildly popular. This is Steven Spielberg. It's crammed with pop culture. This is going to be one of the ones that the bloggers are talking about all year. This is the one people are really hyped for. I'm excited enough. It looks cool. It looks like it's got a lot of good elements in it. Spielberg, though, as much as I love Spielberg, he is hit and miss. He's really kind of lost the sense of magic that he used to have. But hopefully he found it with this movie, and hopefully this is something really special and not just another over-the-top special effects extravaganza. Sicario 2. I'm excited about this one. I love the original Sicario, and I have, I think, appropriate expectations for the sequel. Denis Villeneuve is not directing this one. He's one of the reasons the first one was so great. But this one looks a little bit more like an action movie, but it's got some key cast members coming back. It looks brutal. It looks exciting. So it doesn't just look like kind of a straight-to-streaming crappy sequel, which those are aplenty. It looks like it's going to be somewhere between that and the original, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with sort of a turn your brain off action movie. Something that's not as smart as the original would be fine with me. But the trailers got me hyped for this one. I'm surprised it's as interesting looking as it is. So I'll definitely be checking this one out when it drops. Mortal Engines is a Peter Jackson produced project. I'm excited for this one only because the trailer just looks incredible. This is also based on a popular book. It's basically these giant moving cities, like robotic, almost Mad Max-ish type vehicles, but they're giant, cities full of people. But like London is featured in the trailer, and it's way larger than this other small one, and is able to like consume it. So heavy special effects, but it looks really interesting. It's not just the same old thing. So that's a big plus on this one. Red Sparrow. Jennifer Lawrence looks smoking hot in this one. It's a spy movie. It's got a lot of just really cool elements to it. it looks good. It looks exciting. That one's actually coming out really soon, and I'm excited to see her maybe do something a little better than what she has been doing. Her movies have been kind of hit and miss. I think Passengers was a huge miss for her, so hopefully this is a little bit of a return to some solid, just classic filmmaking, because she's really good on screen, and this movie looks like it could be pretty solid. Hopefully we get a really good, gritty spy flick out of this. One I'm super excited about is Annihilation with Natalie Portman. This is from the same writer-director as Ex Machina, which was fantastic. It looks like there's a bigger budget at play here. Looks like there's a wider story and sort of a deeper rabbit hole we're going down. It looks crazy. It looks interesting. It looks like it's going to be something we have not seen before. So I'm really excited for that. It's got a great cast. So I think this is going to be one of the ones I'm most anticipating this year. Not only can I not wait to see The Predator, I can't wait to see the first, teaser, the first trailer. I am super excited for this movie. I hope they don't blow it. I have fairly high expectations for it, not because Predator sequels are known for being particularly good. In fact, most of them are pretty terrible. But Shane Black is directing. Now, if you don't know who Shane Black is, his most recent movie was The Nice Guys. I don't know anybody that saw that movie that didn't like it. He's a great director, in my opinion, and he actually starred in the original Predator. If you remember, he was a guy with all the pussy jokes.
The other day, I was going down to my girlfriend. I said to her, "Jeez, you got a big pussy. Jeez, you got a big pussy." She said, "Why did you say that twice?" And I said, "I didn't."
So he's behind the camera this time. The cast is interesting, to say the least. I can't wait to see what they actually do with this movie. It had better be rated R. If I hear it's PG-13, all my enthusiasm just goes out the window. Isle of Dogs is a new stop-motion animated movie by Wes Anderson. I love everything Wes Anderson puts out, more so lately. He's been a great director for a long time, but I think he's only gotten better. So I'm excited to see what he does with animation again, with the Fantastic Mr. Fox being his first animated stab, this being the second. It looks very interesting. Even if I didn't know he did it, I'd be very interested in this movie. Knowing he's behind the camera, I'm going to have to see it. A Quiet Place has me super interested. This is John Krasinski. Now that's Jim from The Office. This is his directorial debut with his wife, Emily Blunt. And it is a horror movie, and it looks interesting, and it doesn't look like anything I've seen before. The trailer looks sick, but basically, I don't know if most of the people on the planet are dead at this point, but the trailer features a family that essentially can't make any sounds. They have to be completely quiet when they walk. They can't make any sort of clanks or with silverware or anything because there's these, what seem to be giant creatures that will come for them as soon as they make a sound. It looks really cool and interesting, and I'm really interested that this is what he decided to do as his first time behind the camera. So, this movie's got me interested for a whole host of reasons. And then right now, the movie I'm most looking at for the year is The Irishman, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Al Pacino. And it's about a hitman that may or may not have been involved with the disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa. What's more, Netflix owns the rights to this movie, and there's a solid chance this movie will be released exclusively on Netflix later this year. With the news of this movie, I questioned early on whether it would get made, because Scorsese does like to change his mind about what he's going to do next, but this movie is in production. They're filming it now. There's photos out there of the cast. Al Pacino looks awesome in it. So I think this is going to be good at the very least. I think it's going to be fantastic. And if it's a hit for Netflix, this is the movie that is going to change the way we consume movies going forward, for better or for worse. What do you think? What are you looking forward to watching in 2018? Let me know in the comments. Likes are always appreciated, but thanks for watching, and you will see me next time.